The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the August 26th, the terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day, and let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email. Send it off to steve@tfnn.com. Send it off early. And in that subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Unfortunately, we begin our day here with a mixed bag. The mix is going like this. Dow's off 20 points. S&P is flat. NASDAQ 100 up 31. Russell's up 15. Transport's up 13. Semi's up 57. NASDAQ Composite up 28. New York Stock Exchange is basically flat out there. Gold's up $10 with silver down 11 cents. Light sweet crude is off $1.45. Natural gas is down a penny out there. We begin our day with the NVIDIA charts. The reason I'd like to do that is because we were looking at this chart yesterday. We had identified the 30-minute A to B equals CD pattern. We suggested continue to watch this until you see the first bearish reversal candle. Well, we got that bearish reversal candle at 3:30 yesterday afternoon. What then transpired? Price pulls back to the level where a counter trend move for its time frame would find support. That was the old buys or sell zone of that profile that formed when price was above it. And price got down at right at the coming into the close at 4 o'clock. Price tested that zone between 178.71 and 179.24. Now we are above that level. And if we get a close above, this is on a 30-minute basis now, if we get a close above on a 30-minute time frame, 181.67, that sell the D point top goes away, and that would suggest that price would then rally up towards its TD9 count breakdown resistance level. That number is 182.50. We can also see, though, that this morning we did trigger a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. If we get a bearish reversal candle right now, we've got a dark cloud cover. It's only 11:09, but at 11:30, if we have a bearish reversal candle, we'll then have a Rhodes momentum indicator top, and that would then suggest that we pull back to probably test that same area as we did coming into the close last night. Now, on a daily time frame, you still have a Rhodes momentum indicator top that only gets negated with a close above 183.30. 183.02 is the top of its daily profile out there. The monthly chart looks very good. The weekly's got that TD9 count top. If we were to see a close below its oscillator and change line, currently printed 172.96, that would then be signaling to you and I that NVIDIA would be getting ready to pull back towards the 158.09 level out there. Nothing really that is sticking out at us when we're taking a look at signals out here. The XLK, the weekly chart, is going to go ahead and complete a TD9 count top. So let's go ahead, since that is the number one sector inside of the S&P 500, let's go ahead and take a look at that, see what we can see out here. Now, the daily time frame had the XLK has a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Where prices struggle to do is get back inside its profile. There's a new profile that formed last Thursday. It's proving to be strong resistance. The bottom of that profiles, 262.95. Here's the TD9 count top. It formed with bar number 8. It's completing that pattern as we speak this week. In order to negate that signal, we need to see a close above 270.05. And price is trading with inside its profile. So there's support to the downside at 250.18 and 256.12. The monthly time frame for the XLK looks very good. This is suggesting to me that the top, which I am expecting to get a top out here, we got enough weekly time frame charts that have got these signals out there that we should see some type of retracement. It could be just nothing more than a 2-month retracement out there, but definitely some type of retracement appears to be setting up out here. If we take a look at the is it the NASDAQ composite? Well, no, I'll put that up there. We'll see when you get it. Just don't pay attention to the profile levels that show up here. If we take a look at the NASDAQ composite, you're going to see that it also has a TD9 count top that is completing. And what we're watching for here is its oscillator and change line at 21,057. If price were to close below that, that would suggest that we head lower out there. Any other signals? We talked about Broadcom yesterday. Nothing else really at this stage of the game. So let's go take a look at the New York Stock Exchange, its advanced decline oscillator, and the spot VIX index. Let's try to get a feel for what's going on here. If we take a look at the New York Stock Exchange, left-hand panel, price right now, or the advanced decline oscillator is what I should say, is just below the zero threshold level. We've been really oscillating back and forth below it, so we're not getting the clearest of signals here. But if we take a look at the top portion of the chart, a bearish reversal candle would confirm a Rhodes momentum indicator top. If we take a look at the spot VIX index, spot VIX index is traded above yesterday's close out there, and we're traded above the close from the prior day. Maybe we're starting to see a little rising trend line out here, but and perhaps that's signaling that price wants to make its way back to test that 50-day exponential moving average at 1677 out there. But I would say we're still below that 50-day exponential moving average, and so buyers are the ones with an edge out there. In the case of the advanced decline oscillator, not really sure who has the edge. I'm going to go ahead and close this set of charts out just simply to free up some resources out here. And then why don't we, let's go take a look at the daily equity future contracts. So if we take a look at the daily equity future contracts, what do we know? We know the ES Mini continues to find support at the top of its profile at 64.45, and it's got resistance up at that 64.89.75 level. So that's the range that we're trading inside of. In case of the NQ, continues to attempt to get back inside its profile, struggling to do that. Close above 23.551 will accomplish that task. The Dow equity future contract, as we discussed, is pulled back. It's testing support. That's its green oscillator and change line. It remains in bullish breakout mode unless a bearish reversal candle were to form. Russell 2000 remains in a bullish breakout mode unless a bearish reversal candle were to form. Prices above both profile resistance and its oscillator and change line, which is currently printed at 23.25 out there. So we've got this kind of mixed bag of signals out here with the NQ trying to pull lower, the Dow and Russell trying to move higher, and the ES Mini just consolidating between some support and resistance levels. If we take a look at what's going on an intraday basis, I just happen to have gold up on my screen, so let's take a look at Goldilocks here before we go to break. Looks to me like gold wants to continue its rally. If I look at the 5-hour time frame chart, we're trading above resistance levels out here, I believe. The same thing on the 4-hour chart, the same thing on the 2-hour time frame chart. Inside the 60-minute time frame chart for gold, it's trading inside its sell zone, which is a range between 34.19 and 34.34. So it says that the ride may be bumpy out here, but it does look like gold wants to rally a bit more. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. When we come back from this break, we'll look at EEM, XPEV, the Hang Seng, Palantir, the SPY, the IWM, SIL, SILJ, RKLB, AFRM, and many others, I hope. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We got the charts up for EEM out here. This is for GTE. If we take a look at the emerging markets out here on a daily time frame, we don't have any kind of a topping pattern. We've got Rhodes momentum indicator signals out here, but that needs a bearish reversal candle to confirm a top out there. The EEM is trading above profile resistance out here, but just below its green oscillator and change line, so it's losing its momentum, maybe just ever so slightly. That's not the case on the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame has a negated TD9 count top. Prices above profile resistance and its oscillator and change line out there. No reason for this not to move higher. And when we look at the monthly time frame chart, we have a confirmed A to B equals CD pattern to the upside that gets us towards the 52.20 type level out there. Prices trading on the strong side of that C to D leg. We may see a move beyond that as well. So that's what's going on with the EEM GTE. You also want to take a look at your favorite stock, and that is XPEV. As we take a look at XPEV, it is trading out right now at 24.67. XPEV has no daily topping pattern out there. We're trading above yesterday's high, the high from a couple days ago. This should continue to move higher out there. I do see an A to B equals CD pattern, and a bearish reversal candle, which did form yesterday, is being negated today, would confirm a sell the D point top. In the case of the monthly, the weekly time frame chart, prices on its way up to try to tackle the TD9 count top that formed on March the 14th. The volume there was 104 million shares. Last week, we closed inside it with 85 million shares. So far, it's only Tuesday. We're at 15 million shares. Nonetheless, there's no resistance. Price should continue to move higher. And when we look at the monthly time frame chart, we closed the month in just a couple of days out here. It's trading in a swing point that had 308 million shares. So far for this month, we're at 181. So light volume to the upside. But until we get some type of topping mechanism on the daily time frame, that would require a bearish reversal candle to confirm a top. XPEV should continue to motor on higher. Lastly, GT wanted to take a look at the Hang Seng. So let's pull those charts up on our screen out here. The Hang Seng last night did what? It confirmed a Rhodes momentum indicator topping pattern. It needs a close below its green oscillator and change line. It's just below where we closed, 25,514. If you see price starting to trade below that GT and close below that, that signals that we should get further move to the downside with price targeting its swing point from August 20th or perhaps the TD9 count breakout level, 24,775. Now I say that, and I mean that, but first we have to see at least a close below the weekly oscillator and change line, which is at 25,385. No idea if we get a bearish reversal candle at week's end. If we did, well, we'd have another Rhodes momentum indicator topping pattern, but one is already in place out here, and that's the one that formed during the week of August the 1st. That was a bearish engulfing candle that wrapped around the body of the prior candle. The prior high is the resistance level, 24,735.89. So you've got a top on the daily, you've got a top on the weekly. We do not have any kind of topping pattern on the monthly. The key here for both the daily and the weekly is going to be that oscillator unchanged line out there. So that's what you want to keep your eyes glued to, GT. Hope that helps you out. Ann writes in, and she's really looking for where are the support levels, in essence, for, where did I put that? I think it might be here for Palantir. So I'm just up. Nope, that wasn't it. It's one right before that, I think. Let's pull up the Palantir chart. So we take a look at Palantir. There are a couple of different levels of support. So first thing, and is prices trading with inside its profile. And that's between the range of 150, 176. That is support. You identified that correctly this morning. And resistance at 161.19. Your question that you posed was, if price closes below 150, 176, does that mean that price will go target its TD9 count breakout level at 132.32? The answer to that is no. What would have then taken place would be a close below profile support. But because we have this bullish hammer candle and bullish and bearish reversal candles identify in the middle of a move areas of resistance or support. At the end of the move, they confirm the actual pattern out here. So because we've got that bullish hammer candle that formed on the trading day of August 20th, if we close below 150, 176, the next target level would be 142.34. And then if that fails, you'll be looking at 132.32 out there. So I hope that makes sense to you. I hope that helped you out with regard to where are the current support levels for Palantir. The next question is, where is the resistance level? Well, on a daily time frame, it is at top of that profile, 161.19. We're trading at 160.94. If we close above 161.19, the next area of resistance would become the weekly oscillator and change line, and that currently is printed at 167.18 or thereabouts. So that would be the resistance to the upside. If you close above that, then the next resistance level would be the daily oscillator and change line, 170.64 out there. The easiest way to identify support and resistance is take a look at a set of multi-time frame charts. It'll give you the good big picture overview as to what is going on. So, Ann, I hope that helped you out, both with regard to support as well as resistance. Hector and Patty love to look at the monthly time frame charts out here for the SPY and the IWM. So let's assist them with that. When we take a look at the SPY, I'm going to go ahead and open up this chart so we're all looking at the exact same chart out here. We just simply start, there's a number of A to B equals CD patterns, but if we go back to the 2020 low out there, we can see that A to B, there was a TD9 count, Rhodes momentum indicator top back in January of 2022. Then we get a move lower. That creates that C point. You can see that we've attained at least the 1-to-1 area. We did get a sell to D point top back in December of 2024 out there. That led to price pulling back and testing support. That was the bottom of its daily profile out there, monthly profile, that is. Now what we have is first we've got a wave number 7 potential top. The earliest that can be confirmed would be next month out there, and that's just coming off of that C to D leg. So we want to take all patterns into consideration out there. So first thing, yes, there are multiple A to B equals CD patterns. For example, the one that Hector. Oh, excuse me, my apology. The one that Hector and Patty are looking at is the swing point from February of 2025. Volume there, 871 million shares. Last month, this was passed with 1.4 billion shares. There's your confirmation of this current date of the let's say the smaller A to B equals CD pattern that says 750.64 is the price target. Now, that may very clearly be the price target longer term out there. If we got a bearish reversal candle, that would confirm a top. If we get a lower high in the month of September, that will confirm a top out there. And a bearish reversal candle would also confirm a sell the D point pattern coming off of that 2020 low out there. So yes, there's an A to B equals C to that should get us up towards that 750 level, but that doesn't mean we have to be, or that we should be blind about the other patterns that are really right now currently present in that monthly time frame chart. So I hope that that helps you out with regard to that. If we take a look at the SPY for the daily and the weekly time frame, the weekly is going to need a bearish reversal candle to confirm a sell the D point top. That sell the D point top, which did form back in August 1st, was negated 2 weeks ago, August 15th. The daily time frame needs a bearish reversal candle to confirm a top out there. If we get that top, then that would typically send price back to support. That level of support would be 639.36, and below that, we'd be looking at 628.13 out there. That is a overview of the SPY. We come back for this break. Let's take an overview of the IWM. Kind of similarly, although in the IWM, we don't have that A to B equals CD pattern to the upside on a monthly basis. At least I don't think that we do. But when we come back to this break, we'll take a look at that long-term consolidation that the IWM has been trading in, where it's likely headed to, and what to be looking for. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at the stock charts here for IWM. This is for Hector and Patty. Let's take a look at first. Let's start with the daily time frame chart. Daily time frame chart shows we've got a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. That's that black diagonal line. What we need now is a bearish reversal candle to confirm a top. Short of that, price should rally as we're trading above its green oscillator and change line and profile resistance. On a weekly basis, what we have here is price took out last week its TD9 count breakdown resistance level, 227.67. That is a bearish signal. It would appear, because we are trading above profile resistance and its green oscillator and change line, that price should be gunning for its swing point. That's a swing point from November 29th. The low of that swing point is 239.43. The volume there was 92 million shares. Last week, we moved higher with 157 million shares. We haven't gotten that swing point, but it does look like that's what it wants to do, is target that level. Now, in a monthly time frame, we close the month at the end on Friday out here. The month has a swing point that has 586 million shares. This month, we've got 611. So we're moving in that swing point with volume. That gets us back to the top of the consolidation pattern. And I believe that is where the IWM is headed to. It's right around the 244, 46-ish type level out there. Let me just, 244, 46. So it would appear that that's what we're gunning for. With regard to A to B equals CD patterns out there, it's really just this sideways consolidation. Now, you can start with the 2020 low, just like we did on the SPYs out there. But what we've got to do is we've got to take out that swing point. That's at November 21st, November 2021 high out there. So you've got to get a close above 244.46, and it needs to be, or should be, with more than 711 million shares. But the pattern that is really present in the monthly time frame for the IWM is that dreaded large consolidation pattern. So Hector and Patty, I hope I gave the information you were looking for there. If not, please let me know, and we'll make sure that we get that to you. Peak G wants to take a look at SIL. That is the ETF for silver miners out here. This is looking very bullish as it's trading above its green oscillator and change line and top of its profile for its daily time frame. So too for the weekly time frame. Now, the weekly time frame is in wave number 7. That's letter G. The earliest we could get a topping pattern there would be next Friday out there. That would require a lower high. So short of that, price should continue to rally. The monthly time frame chart, we see no topping pattern out here. Let's see where this is going against out here. Is it going? Okay, so it's got further to go. So right now, the key resistance level is, and it looks like we're trading above it, right, on a monthly basis, is going to be the high from August of 2016, 54.34. We're at 55.86. So if we close above that, that will eliminate the consolidation pattern that was in it. Quite frankly, that would be a consolidation breakout. If we just kind of, I'll put in a version of it. What do you mean a version, Stevie? I'm not going to draw the whole thing, but here's the consolidation. There's the top, there's the bottom. And if we just simply move this here to the top, well, I've got to scrunch my chart to do that. So we move that up here. That'd be giving us a signal of somewhere around the 87, 88-ish type area out there on a consolidation breakout, which we may get at the end of the month. So SIL looks pretty good there, peak. Of course, if we do get silver and gold to turn to the downside, I'm assuming that these would be impacted as well. You also want to look at the junior miner version of this. And if we take an SILG out here on a daily time frame, this has no topping signal. Needs a daily bearish reversal candle to confirm a top. It negated a TD9 count top about 3 weeks ago. No other topping signal on the weekly time frame, so this should continue to move higher. And the price target, I would say, from the monthly standpoint, is its TD9 count breakdown resistance level, and that's at $18.17. There is a swing point on SILG that takes us back to February of 2021. 47 million shares traded hands then. This month we are up with 116 million shares. That suggests if we can clear 1817, we'll go test that high being 1884. So Peak, I hope that gave the info for SIL and SILG, and you are most welcome. Duncan, Steve inside the Tiger's Den wants to take a look at Rocket Labs. RKLB is the ticker symbol. And on a daily time frame, we're trading above its green oscillator and change line, above the top of its profile. That says it wants to go test that TD9 count top. That TD9 count top formed on the trading day of July 17th. That's a swing point with 46 million shares. We tested and rejected that yesterday with 30 million shares, light volume. We're back inside it today. In 2 hours of trading, 15 million shares. That's about a 45 million share a day. It's about equivalent to the volume on July 17th. I would say if we close about 48.60, Rocket Labs likely wants to go test that high again being 53.44. On a weekly time frame, we're trading above its green oscillator and change line and profile resistance and into a swing point that has volume of 165 million shares. Way too early in the week, but we're already at 45, so it's doing a pretty good job there. Should go test that high. The monthly chart negated a TD9 count topping pattern 2 months ago. I don't have any. It's in an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. It would need a bearish reversal candle to confirm a top out there. So Rocket Labs looks like it is a little bit of a rocket there, Duncan. Hope that gave the info you were looking for. You also want to take a look at AFRM. And I know I like to call that a firm, but I don't believe that's what it is. So I won't say that, even though I did say that. But AFRM, what is that? That is Affirm Holdings. It is the Affirm Holdings out there. How about that? So on a daily time frame, what are we dealing with out here? We are dealing with just want to see here. That high is 79.69. What was this close? Whoops. What was this close right here? 79.69. That was 80.41. The daily time frame does not have a topping pattern. What the daily time frame needs is a bearish reversal candle to confirm a Rhodes momentum indicator top. So be on the lookout for that. The weekly time frame, price is trading into a prior Rhodes momentum indicator top. It's a swing point from February 21st out there, 2025. Volume, 25 million shares. Last week we closed into it with 26 million shares. That suggests that we should test its high. The high being 82.53. So we got to go with the firm testing that 82.53. There's nothing on the monthly chart to stop that from unfolding as well. So you're watching for a bearish reversal candle on the daily, certainly on the weekly as well. That would confirm a short-term top at least. And but in the meantime, we're expecting price to go test the actual Rhodes momentum indicator top from back in February of 2025. 82.53 is the number. Dan wants to take a look at ticker symbol PDYN. Let's pull this up on our screen. Let's go see what PDYN is doing. PDYN is Paladine AI Corp. So Paladine AI is trading above the top of its daily profile right now, Dan. Two close above 771 are going to provide you with a bullish profile change in trend. If we take a look at the weekly time frame has been consolidating with inside its profile. It's found resistance at the top at 1244. It's also found support at the bottom, 743. We're trading at 795. Since it's found support, couldn't bust on the downside. It'll try to bust on the upside, 895 being its next price target. That's the weekly oscillator and change line. On a monthly time frame, you just got a good old-fashioned consolidation. 1359 is resistance and 274 is support. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We need more requests out there. Give me some help, Denners. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at Costco. This is for Mohammed. Mohammed, on a daily time frame, we can see that Costco is trading below the bottom of its daily profile and a red oscillator and change line. Really increases the probability of a test of support, and that's its TD9 count breakout level at 925. The swing point that we're trading into on a daily basis, July 31st, volume of 2.5 million shares. We closed inside of yesterday with 2.2 million shares. So far for today, 827. But as long as we remain below and inside that swing point, that means below 945.95, and increase the odds that we go test that 925 level. Now, before we can get down there, the TD9 count top on the weekly time frame has found support at the bottom of its weekly profile. So this is a key level here to be watching, Mohammed. That's 933.08. We can't get to 925 until we get below that 933.08 level out there. And the monthly time frame, let me populate it here. What do we have? We've got sell the D point top, price trading with inside its profile with a buy zone between 850 and 907. You also wanted to take a look at ticker symbol STZ. So let's go ahead and pull that up on our screen out here. STZ is trading out at 157.98. Now this is does not have a bottom signal. It is it's got a Rhodes momentum indicator pattern that has been triggered today. That requires a bullish reversal candle to confirm a bottom. Short of that, price should move lower. A weekly close below the close of February 14th, that low was 160.46. That was a TD9 count bottom. We're trading at 157 right now. If we close below 160.46 and negates that pattern, let alone we'd be below a red oscillator change line and its bullish structured profile. That says we head lower. STZ is not looking good. The monthly time frame is threatening to take out a TD9 count bottom. It'll accomplish that task with a close below 159.35 or 157.97. Mohammed, I would stay away from STZ at this stage of the game out there, but to the extent you want to play it, watch for a bullish reversal candle on that daily time frame. That may only just be a counter trend move that you would be looking at. Let's go take a look at the next request. Is coming in from Dan. Wait. I got to go take a look. The next request coming in from Nicholas. Let's try to keep these in order. Nicholas wanted to take a look at the NQ, and his real question is, what's the signal for a move higher inside of the NQ? Well, Nicholas, the top or the bottom of its daily profile is really the key level of resistance out here. So let's just make it as simple as we can. That key level of resistance is 23,551.75. You got to at least close above that in order to, and even start trading above that in order to suggest that this wants to move higher out there. I don't have, well, the only topping pattern that we have actually intraday-wise is a 15-minute TD9 count top. So if you get a close above that high, 23,553.75, that's still just below the bottom of that daily profile. It's the bottom of that daily profile, Nicholas. It is really that simple, so to speak, out there with regard to the NQ. If it can take out that level, it would increase the odds of a further move higher. Now let's go back to the next request that came in. I believe that was right here, AIFF. This is for Dan inside the Tiger's Den. AIFS, nice gap to the upside this morning, and seems to be running into that resistance of that TD9 count breakdown level. And that's at the 313 area out there. So Dan, you probably got volume in this. Let's see, what kind of volume do we have today? So far, 74 million shares in over 2 hours of trading. Last time we had volume was 23 million shares. The swing point that it's also testing, 1.2. Big volume, but unable to take out that TD9 count breakdown resistance level, unable to get above the center of its bullish structured weekly profile, 322. Man, Dan, right now, at least as of 11:46, we're missing the conviction of those buyers out there. Interesting on a $3 stock out there. Must have had good news. Let's take a look at AGEN, see what we have going on out here. AGEN is trying to, well, it found daily resistance at that red oscillator and change line. We've been below the oscillator and change line ever since July 18th out there. You've got a bullish structured profile as well. I've got a TD9 count bottom pattern. Its price has just struggled to get above that 469 level. If it can do that, Dan, then we'd be looking at a move to $5. But the daily says caution, Will Robinson. The weekly says I'm consolidating inside my weekly profile. If I were to close below 424, I would be looking at 160. And finally, on the monthly time frame out here, the monthly time frame for AGEN has got a nice TD9 count bottom. Price found resistance at the top of its profile. I believe it's the top. No, it's not. Yeah, 766 out there. So that's a stiff level of resistance. But right now, Dan, AGEN, you're really worried about what you're really focused on is the red oscillator and change line, but we're going to make that more simple for you. The number is 469. You need a daily close above 469 in order for this thing to get some traction to the upside. We've got John C. wants to take a look at Bitcoin. Let's pull open the September contract for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is trading out right now at 110,485. It looks like to me that what Bitcoin wants to do is go target its TD9 count breakout level for its daily time frame. That's at 107,185 out there. There is an A to B equals CD pattern. The volume was 2,453 contracts. It was taken out with 1951. So it wasn't taken out with volume, but there most certainly is an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. The weekly time frame is testing a key level of support, and that is at the 110,804 level. 110,804. That is the bottom of its weekly profile. If we close below that, it actually opens up a door for a move to the 86,445 level out there. Now, we're not going to say that's where it's headed to, but if we crack and we close below 107,185, well, we would change our tune out there. So that's what we see when we take a look at Bitcoin. We're also going to take a look at IBIT. This is also for John C. inside the Tiger's Den. IBIT certainly wants to go target its TD9 count breakout level, and that's at 6101. That's coming from your daily time frame. Also, an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside out here. The volume on that 34 million shares was taken out with 55 million shares. So that's an A to B equals CD pattern that gets us below that TD9 count breakout level out here. We'll just simply move that A to B leg over to that C point out here. It gets us just below that TD9 count breakout level at 6101. It gets us to 6034-ish. The weekly time frame we're trading with inside his profile, maybe targeting the buy zone out here. John, that's between $57.91 and $60 out there. The monthly chart, not enough data to provide us with any information. There's a request from Bob in Spokane. Wants to look at Amazon, AMZN. Let's go ahead and fire that chart up here, see what we can see. And he also wants to look at CRM. CRWV. Amazon right now is running into some daily resistance. That's its daily oscillator and change line. If it can close above it, it being 228.18 out there, you're likely to see a further rally. Now, the weekly time frame says, before I really rally, I'd like to get above 229.30. So let's make it 229.30 is what you need to see Amazon close above in order to suggest that it wants to rally further. On a monthly time frame, what we have is a consolidation with inside its profile. That profile's got a, we're trading inside its swing point, really, from the trading day of, or from the month of February 2025, 783 million. We got into it last month with 856. This month we're into it with 776. So what that tells us is that longer term, what price wants to do on Amazon, John, is get up and at least test that high being 240, 252. You also wanted to look at CRWV. Let's see, we may have to look at this when we come back from this break. I don't think in the next 10 seconds this chart is going to come up. So that's where we will simply go take a look at, you got a... Price got resistance right now. We'll tell you about 97.70. We come back to this break. We'll finish looking at CRWV. That is for, who was that for? That's for Bob in Spokane, Washington. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at ticker symbol CRWV. You can see the nice TD9 count top on the weekly time frame. That is now turned into an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. I'm just simply going to try to move this bar if we can. That's got a price objective, an initial price objective. The same A to B equals CD pattern in the daily time frame with a price objective of 60.19 out there. The bottom of its daily profile is 66.31. We're trading below profile support, and it's also didn't change on the daily time frame as well, so we don't see any kind of a bottom there. It looks like this wants to continue to move lower, Bob, so I hope that helps you out. Let's take a look at, we had a request to relook at Palantir. This is for Michael P. He's just asking, he's got a target of 165. Michael, you're trading with inside your daily profile. That resistance is 161.19. You can't get to 165 until you close above profile resistance. 161.19 is a number. The weekly time frame chart has profile resistance at 153.11. We're trading above that, so that's good. It's all about Palantir is all about the daily time frame for you. Gary R. writes in, and Gary, good to hear from you. He would like to take a look at NCLH out there. NCLH is that Norwegian Cruise Line? NCLH. It is trading out at 24.30. It's trading with inside its daily profile. So you've got resistance, Gary, at 24.72 and support at 23.77. The weekly time frame chart, you're trading with inside its profile. It has resistance at 25.16. It has support at 23.23, 22.84, and 21.29. The monthly time frame, price is trading above profile resistance at 23.45. So you are short. You would like to see this get below 23.45, the top of that monthly profile. That would then add to the or increase your odds of a move to 2108-ish out here. So the daily's got a Rhodes momentum indicator top. The weekly does not have a topping pattern. I take that back. The weekly's got a sell the D point top out there. The monthly is really the key problem out here for you, Gary, and that's at support at 23.45, the top of that monthly profile. Folks, thanks so much for all your help today. I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Wonderful Wednesday. Please have a terrific Tuesday. Be safe out there, and stay tuned for all the great programming.